In many traditional models, subjects like math, science, and literature operate as isolated pillars. Knowledge is compartmentalized, strictly divided by distinct disciplinary boundaries. Rigid boundaries often fail to capture the complexity and interconnectedness of the real world. To solve this, the primary years program employs transdisciplinarity, an approach that transcends individual subjects to offer a holistic learning experience. Effective transdisciplinary learning does not happen spontaneously. It requires precise, collaborative curriculum design. This grid is the Program of Inquiry, or POI. It serves as the master blueprint for this architectural design. The framework operates across 3 distinct scales: the macro program level, the specific year level, and the individual unit level. The primary goal of educators is to ensure seamless alignment and logical data flow between these 3 tiers. Mastering all 3 scales prevents the curriculum from devolving into fragmented projects, ensuring a rigorous, unified experience across a student's entire primary education. On this matrix, the vertical columns represent the 6 mandated transdisciplinary themes, such as who we are and how the world works. The horizontal rows represent the grade levels, progressing from the early years up to age 12. For primary ages, the requirement is exactly 6 units of inquiry per year. Early years students require a minimum of only 4 units. These early years units must always include who we are and how we express ourselves. Vertical alignment involves mapping a student's progression down a single theme column over multiple years. This alignment guarantees a balanced exploration of concepts and learner profile attributes as students mature. Viewing the POI at this macro level ensures there are no conceptual gaps in a student's multi-year learning journey. Historically, inquiries were confined to rigid 6-week administrative blocks. The enhanced PYP introduces a mandate for temporal flexibility. A single inquiry can now span an entire year. Schools can run overlapping inquiries simultaneously or iteratively revisit specific units across the calendar. Planning teams determine unit lengths based entirely on learner needs and their specific community context. Temporal flexibility ensures the POI reflects the nonlinear way real-world problem-solving actually unfolds. Moving to the year level, grade level and single subject teachers collaborate to map a single academic year. Horizontal alignment is the strategic distribution of subject knowledge, concepts, and skills across the single year. Authentic integration requires a transdisciplinary unit to meaningfully incorporate 2 or more subjects. When standards are wedged into unrelated transdisciplinary themes, the result is a forced fit that weakens the inquiry. The enhanced PYP addresses this by allowing science or social studies to be planned as standalone subjects if they cannot be authentically integrated into the POI. Regardless of where it sits, every subject must still be taught through an inquiry-driven lens. Permitting standalone subjects protects the depth of disciplinary science and math while preserving the integrity of the transdisciplinary units. Zooming into a single cell reveals the microscopic anatomy of a unit of inquiry. At the top of this hierarchy is the central idea, the overarching conceptual statement. Every central idea is written in a neutral voice and carries personal, local, and global significance. These statements serve as transition points to broader concepts, preventing the inquiry from stalling at a single predetermined endpoint. Branching down from the central idea are up to 3 specified concepts, such as form, function, or causation. These concepts act as lenses to frame the unit and drive manageable, higher-order thinking. The final tier consists of 3 to 4 lines of inquiry that branch directly from those concepts. Lines of inquiry are open-ended conceptual statements rather than specific questions or task assignments. This hierarchical microarchitecture provides the scaffolding necessary to manage the inherent unpredictability of student inquiry. Traditional models often pre-plan all activities before a unit starts, but the PYP model deliberately leaves space for the unknown. This introduces co-construction, where the unit planner is actively shaped alongside the students. Student agency and emerging theories directly alter the scope of the unit. To maintain this responsive pedagogy, the teaching team loosely pre-plans learning experiences and modifies them during implementation. Planners are living documents that record the journey of inquiry as it happens. Transdisciplinary educators act as adaptable facilitators of student discovery rather than static content deliverers. The chain reaction of PYP planning reconnects all three scales. A rigorous central idea ensures authentic integration at the year level, guaranteeing logical conceptual progression across the entire program. Finally, this overarching structure requires an annual collaborative whole staff review. This annual audit checks for a balance of specified concepts, subjects, and approaches to learning. Ultimately, mastering this tripartite architecture produces a truly responsive curriculum ecosystem, a unified framework deliberately designed for the ongoing rigors of global inquiry.